This video is brought to you by the 3-Minute Board Game patrons. Keep us independent by supporting us on Patreon. Kia ora koutou, welcome to Bohnanza in about 3 minutes. Purchase copy used. There's no solo mode included. It's a game for 2 to 7 players, playing time is short, and it's a pretty simple game. You are a bean farmer, and you're looking at making the most money possible growing and selling beans. But you'll have to cannily trade with your rivals, as you need the best bean seeds indeed. As you play the game, the deck of cards in the middle of the table will run out, and when it does, just reshuffle the discard pile to form a new deck. Once this happens a third time, the game is over at the end of the current player's turn. The winner is the player with the most coins, and you get them from selling beans. Obviously. Set collection. There are many different types of beans, and you need to collect sets of them. Trading. On your turn, you may trade beans with other players. Hand management. Cards in your hand can't change position. Player turn. Sort the beans into separate piles. For the basic game, just play with these 8 sets of beans. Each type of bean has a number of copies of it at the top of the card, and how many beans you need to plant of that type in order to score the points shown at the bottom. So this garden bean has 6 copies. Planting and harvesting 2 will score you 2 coins, and 3 will score you 3 coins. Each player has a board with 3 fields if playing with 2 or 3 players, or 2 fields otherwise. Then deal each player 5 cards. Cards must be kept in order and you cannot rearrange them. You can only play your top card. In this case, our rightmost card. Let's run through a turn. We have 2 fields, and decide to plant our 2 rightmost beans into a field each. Remember to keep your hand of cards in the same sequence. We are then dealt 2 cards from the top of the deck. These are cards we can plant right away or trade. We trade the garden bean to a player for a red bean and a blue bean. The red bean will be planted later, but for simplicity's sake, let's just put it down. We then harvest a stink bean to clear a space for the blue bean. We can also trade cards from our hands to other player, and can do this in any order. We trade a soybean bean to another player for another blue bean. We end our turn by drawing 3 cards in sequence and placing them in our hand. When you harvest beans, you must have enough to reach a threshold. You score that many coins, turning that number of beans over and discarding the rest. Some stacks of beans will take quite a while to pay off. The expansion beans include field beans, which can get you a new field to plant in, magpie beans that steal other cards, and coffee, wax, and cocoa beans, who just add more variety of beans. But when you play with them, each player draws a card each turn, not just 3 on their own turn. Why would you like this game? Bohnanza is what I would call a batch game here in New Zealand. It's a game you take to the beach or when you're going camping with the family, and you play roughly 100 rounds of it in 1 week because no one is on their phone or watching TV. It has incredibly simple core rules, a theme that's silly enough so that people don't take the game too seriously, and really high levels of player interaction. And that's the secret sauce that makes Bohnanza the kind of game people can play 5 rounds of back to back. The anniversary edition of the game I have also packs away into a small box as well. I absolutely recommend Bohnanza, mostly as a family game, but it's also the kind of game I could have played to death at university or high school as well. The best thing about this game is that beans are easy to make stupid jokes about. However, obviously this isn't Agricola, Le Havre, or a Feast for Odin. If you're looking for a big serious Euro game to test your brain against, you'd be better off with one of those games, which are also by the same designer as Bohnanza. And the game is super group dependent. One person who mucks about with trading delays can absolutely sink the game. For my favorite Uwe Rosenberg game, try Le Havre. And for a more modern batch game, try Castle Combo. Bohnanza. Gold Bean game. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the notification button, like, share, and subscribe to the channel.